Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Wait, Adrian, so if I go to the website, I'll be able to find out.
Look.
Oh, okay. No, just a larger.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right, everyone.
Oh.
Welcome everyone to tonight's town board meeting. Before we start, let's rise and salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. First item of business, we'll just get it out of the way. I'd like to approve the minutes of the public hearing from November 12th and the board meeting from the same day. Take a motion, Rick, seconded Dick. Any comments or changes?
Just a clarity, I guess there's some confusion amongst the workforce about the election day discussion. And also Juneteenth, but Juneteenth is not in the minutes, so I'm not sure.
Did we discuss Juneteenth?
We apparently not, but anyhow, just for the record, we are not looking at taking any holidays away.
Right.
We're looking at maybe converting election day into a floating holiday. And then recognizing Juneteenth, since Juneteenth is not in our policy.
It is in our policy.
Okay, it's not in the union.
Policy.
So we need an MOU with the union, right? Okay. Enough.
Very good. With all that being said, all in favor?
Aye.
No one opposed, that's carried. I think I'm gonna change the order of things because we have a presenter here tonight. Naj Wyckoff is here to talk to us about his proposed sculpture. And really it's for awareness around the board on where we're moving with this project. Naj, come on up and sit right with us.
Oh, great, thank you. Well, I think you all think you should have one of those set up for you. You know, an artist statement and the bio and some drawings of the, you would put this right.
That's all right.
Of the sculpture. You know, Lake Placid, driving into Lake Placid, you wouldn't know we've held 2 Winter Olympics aside from the signs at the entranceways. And my feeling has long been, and I know other people have, that we really need to celebrate those Olympic events because without the 32 games, we wouldn't have had the 1980 games. And we also have an extraordinary storied career in sports. We literally are the winter sports capital of the year. So fundamentally, I've designed a sculpture that can really help celebrate one, that the fact that we've had 2 Olympics based on 2 rings, leaning on the other, the 1980 leaning on the 1932. That is polished to mirror finish, so it reflects this incredible natural environment that we have in this area. And then literally, so people can see themselves in the statue, in the sculpture, because I think that, you know, this community is made possible by the people in this community. And at the same time, so the Olympic colors of the Olympic rings are on the edges and inside tinted gold, because what is there every Olympic athlete aspire to. So that's, I'm coming to seek your permission to, one, be able to seek the funding to build it on just on the southwest side of Olympic Drive, just up behind the conference center. You know, I think that these are tough times right now in many respects, in terms of the economy and other things. But I think back in 1932, during the Depression, our town took on putting on the Olympics. And more than that, they floated a bond issue to create an indoor arena, the first of its kind in the world ever used at international sporting events. Our town did that. So this shows you the courage and the energy, and sometimes it shows you in somewhat dark times, light can come into the world. And since we're in this part of the dark, it's to me, this sculpture sort of reflects that sense of community spirit that this town have then and continues to have. And so that's what it's all about. And I also think that, we've seen a huge drop in Canadian tourism. That's been hurting a lot of business in the North Country. And my feeling is that this sculpture, combined with the renovations going on to the Art Center and the Miracle Statue, it'll help draw new tourists, will help us diversify people coming to Lake Placid. And a lot of people coming, frankly, just for the arts, not as a second or third choice, but as a major reason for being here. So for all those different reasons, this is why I come and ask for your support for this sculpture.
Thank you, Naj. I think I'll start the conversation or discussion. I've been involved with Naj and some private investors and Orta as well on at least 3 occasions to talk about this. I think you'll find support around the table for sure, because we have hosted 2 Olympics. It really represents both of those very well, at least in my opinion. And believe me, I'm not an artsy kind of guy, but your reasoning behind the materials in it and everything. For me personally, as we move down the road with these talks, I know you have plans to appeal federally for some arts money. And I don't know the timeline, but we don't know the timeline on the other aspects, but there's 3 major art pieces that we're trying to take care of: the cauldron, the miracle, and the rings. It will take further engagement to get it all put together, but personally, you have my full support. I can't, in all honesty, know that for sure it's gonna go on the hill up there. For me, I'd like the conversation still to work with Orta, the private investors and the whole bit, so the site is the most accessible. Those rings will look gorgeous wherever we pick them, but as far as town support, you have mine.
Thank you.
Yep. I don't know if there's, a lot of what Naj is looking for is this resolution. More than the resolution, this town board support is really the important part of tonight.
Yeah, I think, Naz, you're just looking for a support from the board to go
That's
after
right.
more funding.
That's
You
right.
have my support.
Yeah, and that's what, without your support, I can't do it. It's that simple. But I think we can go after federal funds. I think I think all 3 of these projects you just mentioned, the Miracle, this, and the Torch, could jointly seek funds from the federal government right now. But I think there's this 250th anniversary celebration that governments and the National Endowment of the Arts are directing special funding for. And I think all 3 of these fit under that guideline.
Yeah.
And it's something, celebrating history and something special. So there's no question that the town support is absolutely crucial. And then it's like a domino, then other things will follow.
Agreed.
Yeah, you have our support.
Yeah.
Definitely, and I do like the site you've chosen. So like there it says maybe a better one will come, available, but as of now, I do like that site.
Thank you.
I'm okay with the plan from top to bottom. It's just, I'm here to lend support. It's just, I know that as it gets closer to become a reality, things will shift depending on
Sure.
the dynamics of like, or the team. So,
Exactly. I understand it. To me, it's like these monthly meetings you have with the other town officials. I think all of us working together is the way is crucial to making anything happen in this community. Nothing happens just by itself, aside from, Godfrey Dewey going to pitch the 32 games. But nonetheless, the community came behind and made it happen. So to me, it's the collective approach is the only approach and it's the best approach. And I also think bringing different points of view and being able to listen to each other and fine tune something is when we come up with the best possible solution.
I think I said everything I have to the other day when I met with you, but
So,
would just our support in the minutes be enough?
yeah, it would be. And if you sign a resolution, make it even stronger, because that would be able for me to, show that to, for instance, Schumer and other people like this, so they clearly understand, and also through the media, that this town is behind this. And I think that'll help other people, inspire them to want to get involved.
I didn't see you gave the resolution.
Yeah.
It was emailed.
Oh, it was email? Yeah. Oh, okay. We didn't listen to this.
Here's the, let's call it the political answer.
Yeah.
Is that a resolution that is very specific, like this one is, I feel a confirmation meeting with Orda and potentially the museum is in order. You've been in contact with the museum. I'm not trying to drag
No,
this,
no,
but certainly a plan needs all the players involved.
absolutely.
And this resolution will confirm that, but it'll be official in the minutes that let's move ahead.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, we may want to.
Oh, Penny, get out, sweetie. You can't be on there.
I was just talking to you, right?
and I hope that is what you were looking for.
It is.
Yeah. With that being said, I mean, should I take it in a motion that we have
A motion to support.
full
it.
support?
And then with, or yeah, I would, under discussion of it, just a question.
Go ahead.
Well, so the resolution is provided, you're gonna have a conversation, I guess you, Rick. Or Rick and Orda, and this sort of the dynamic of kind of like hammering that out. And see, because it is very
Here,
official and finite, and that might be challenging unless there's more.
I'll be a little more specific, like, I like the site as well, but here's the things I don't know. I don't know if these 40-foot rings are put halfway up the hill going up the Crown Plaza. What if people start stopping on the hill because they don't wanna walk it? And it's the middle of winter.
Mhm.
And there's probably gonna be a driveway or a cut asked for, to get in there for maintenance or whatever, or for installation. There's a lot of things to consider that we haven't even thought about yet.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I understand that those details have to be worked out, and that's understandable under any project.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't wanna specifically say in a resolution,
Yeah.
this is where it's going.
That was my concern, is just like, where can we,
Yeah.
so the support and emotion. But then is like, as you, the next sort of more definitive would be a resolution that is appropriate, that all the stakeholders
Sure,
feel most
of
comfortable.
course we want it to work.
Yeah, a motion to say that we support the project
Right,
wholeheartedly, et cetera, just not a resolution with specifics.
As of right now.
yeah, and or you can modify that resolution to leave out the specific site, and then, all those details can be worked out.
Okay.
Good. All right,
Yeah, okay.
So do you want a motion to support, or do you want?
sure, you making a motion to support?
Sure.
I'll take a second. Dick, any last minute remarks? All in favor? Aye. No one opposed, unanimous.
I cannot possibly tell you how grateful I am for all of you. And I really appreciate your support. It means a great deal to me.
Listen, I think it was a great vision.
Well, I'm a local guy. I
I know,
grew up here, and
yeah,
went to school.
and there's a
here.
few generations before you.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Thanks, Ned.
Thank you all. Much appreciated.
Cookie to go, Nash?
All right, under our discussion section, as you know, our current town justice, Dean Dietrich, won another term.
So lucky of him.
By write-in.
Didn't get on that, he somehow so far.
He is so
It's
supportive
impressive.
in this community.
Yeah. And, his dedication basically was because he didn't want our town court system being overwhelmed. Of course, with the article that was in the paper and stuff, it's well known that the town is taking letters of intent because this is temporary for Dean. I really just want it known tonight that we have received a letter of intent. Certainly it's confidential, it's not, but I mostly would like the public know that letters of intent are being accepted. Rick, anything further we should go with that?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Also in your packets was really a formality. It's it's an extension to our agreement with Ivan's Draw Engineering. As you know, Ivan and myself have been working on the Raybrook Water Project for 14 years.
The retirement project as well.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Uh,
We'll get sort of contract with him. Starting January one.
it just got more expensive.
Jody contract.
Oh, he'll work for $1.
Oh,
no, listen,
that's a
if,
perfect price.
if the rates are being accepted here, I'd accept the same.
No, I just said $1 a year. You take 8%. And yeah, $1 a year and your expenses to Raybrook are covered.
In any respect, Ivan has brought both Rick and Amy up to date on how the system looks. Naturally, I won't be far away if you need me for the past. But anyway, this is, I'm not sure if you all read it, but it follows the same contract. With that being said, unless there is further discussion, I would like to move this extension to Ivan. And it goes through 28, which, by the way, coincides with EFC's deadline to get this project done. Which case I'll accept a motion. I'm gonna make the motion. Dick will second. Further discussion? All in favor?
Alright.
Aye, carried unanimously. Thank you. Next item, it's just a reminder of the CEC, our Community Engagement Commission. I think as usual, because they carried the town through these discussions, I'll turn anything we should talk about over to Rick and Emily on how we're gonna move forward with this. Don't jump right up so quick, you guys.
I think on our side, we need to be thinking about, our 3 appointments as commissioners, in quote. Of each venue and sport, so be thinking of individuals that,
Did we call them commissioners?
it is in here.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, members of the commission are representing, yes. There's 7 in total, just as a reminder. We have 3, Orta has 3 that are from the Orta management team, and then there's 1 at large, which we will mutually agree upon, correct?
And the chairman is voted in by that committee.
Correct.
Yeah.
I did reach out to Ashley Walden. I've not heard back, and I don't expect to. Right now, till Gore gets
Sure.
online and so, but
Can you
Just-
say that our 3 commissioners, so it's specifically
specifically the
ski jumps?
ski jumps, the speed skating oval and mountain Oldenburg. Hey, Mark.
This person got.
Yeah, really. Yeah, really. The table.
It's pretty hard to get on an agenda here.
Is his guy,
You bet.
Is this guy Saunders in and
Good to see you, brother.
You too. You don't have too many more town board meetings that you're presiding over.
No, I made this one kind of short.
only 2 hours.
For those of you in the audience, of course, that don't know Mark Shackner, he is our town legal.
And this is our new town board member as of January.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right,
So we are supposed to be thinking of representatives for ski jumps, oval, Van Ho.
Correct.
And it's not supposed to be someone who works there.
Correct. It's somebody at large who has knowledge of the facility
And knowledge of the sport.
and of the sports that take place in those specific facilities, so. Van Ho could be cross-country skiing, biathlon, luge, skeleton, bobsled.
all right, good, so. We're gonna move forward.
But let's have a goal. Because we keep forgetting.
It's only been a year, right?
But I don't think we were there yet.
Sure, it's been a few months.
Yeah, I'd say it's been a few months.
We're ready now.
Yeah, so why don't we have a goal to have some names for our January board meeting?
Sounds good.
Next item is kind of following the same direction. It has to do with relationships with the school town and Orta, but really more definitively just the town and the schools. Has to do with the Oval Agreement. Again, Rick, you're kind of leading the charge on that.
I reached out to Mark's office just to see if we could weasel our way out of it. And just go along with the school ORTA contract and opt out, but it was suggested that we do not opt out.
We didn't really find a way.
You work harder next time.
So.
So we'll.
We'll
Oh,
be-
yeah, it'll be the next-
Yeah, yeah,
Several years in.
round two might not be just as easy as round one.
It's okay.
Yeah. All right,
But we'll start working on that
But so it's specifically here, the campus.
because the school and the town technically own it. And it's turned over to ORTA.
With, for like a use agreement.
Right, and that's why I looked at the agreement that we negotiated. And it mentions the oval in there, so I thought that was an exit for us to get out of there, but it's still our land, so.
do you envision in any way that the oval discussions can lead into the oval and the baseball fields there on how we, but that's
Right,
kind of set in stone, isn't it?
That's a different,
Yeah,
as a historical perspective.
yeah.
Is there a previous agreement? To the town?
Yes. Well, no,
That's-
we do not have an agreement now,
Okay,
but we're going to need one. Especially in the agreement between the town and ORTA, there is a section in there that states that we will abide by a contract between the school and ORTA.
this is just an attempt to formalize sort of,
Yeah.
like the general relationship.
All right. Next item, it's really just trying to understand how we're gonna move forward with the land use code amendments.
Sure, so my update is that the land use code committee reconvened last week. And digested the public hearing, both the comments received in person at the meeting. And then through written comment, and the both boards received the written comment, I think there was a total of 5. And I think I've probably said this to most of you. I'd have to give credit where credit's due. Dean Dietrich, who used to chair the previous iterations of the land use code, was really great about doing. And sometimes he called it like an executive summary, or it was basically like an explanation of how we got to where we were, where we got to and where we were coming from. And that was lacking in this revision or in these proposals. And so it did just seem like they were 5 proposals that kind of came out of nowhere without any background to them. And so what the land use code committee is doing a little background piece. So it's going to be like a little 3-pager about like, oh, the reason why we're tackling temporary workforce housing is because X, Y, and Z. The reason why we're looking at special event use venue is because of this background. And so that document is pretty much done. And then that's part 1. Part 2 will be looking at summarizing the public comment and then having, where warranted, a response to the public comment. So it's like a summary of the public comment. And I mean, sometimes public comment doesn't really have a response, like people just have a comment. But where there could be a response to it and it's not answered in the intro section that we're developing, then there's some sort of comment back, a response back to it. But the moral of the story is that we do not envision any changes to the proposal, so we don't envision another public hearing. And so, and what we want to do with that document is just make sure that it gets publicly disseminated and a better public dissemination. Rick also agreed that it was difficult to find the public hearing notice through our website. So we want to make sure that that's an easier find and that it's on our announcement page and not under public hearings, which seems to be a conflict of where things are. And then also social media, which both those things were on our social media page, but just a little bit clearer of announcement, and our other resource, because if you did, the enterprise did not cover that and still has not covered that. But Tia Dowling has asked to cover it, so we'll reach out to Tia Dowling,
Was that,
Sun Community News.
okay. Yeah, I noticed that Saranac Lake still has a reporter, but we don't have anyone on like Placid Beach.
Well, Chris Gage is the only one left,
Yes.
and so Chris Gage is doing everyone.
From Tupper Lake, Saranac Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they.
Yeah.
So
So have to be a little bit more controversial, so it comes up well.
Start fighting more,
What's that?
start fighting more.
Yeah.
So I
That
don't-
seems to get reported.
I don't think the land use code committee is not gonna recommend another public hearing because they're not recommending any changes. But it will be about the public, but more public information, so it's a better understood process and better understood where the amendments are coming from.
So with all that information out, it's like the land use committee, I want to be very specific, is their perspective of like, here's the information, let the public digest it. And then when the sort of the time seems appropriate, maybe January, February, those same recommendations will come in front of the town board again.
Yeah,
Okay. Would it make sense to have sort of a dialogue, I guess, more of a informal, the land use code committee having an informal dialogue, kind of answer questions?
I mean, I think that we're doing that through what we're putting
The
out there.
explanation
Yeah,
page,
the
yeah.
explanation.
Okay.
I mean, there's no reason, we're doing that with what we're, like, that people have made comments and we're answering them if we think there's an answer to have. But I do think that moving forward, we probably, so, and the other thing that Dean used to do is he used to have like little public information sessions where he would present this stuff in an informal setting where he would, and generally no elected officials were there. If they were there, they were in the background and they were just listening.
Yes.
Like they weren't part of the discussion unless you were on the committee. Like Jackie and I probably would have been actively involved. But and so probably going forward, we would do that and take that kind of forum up again if the committee agrees to it. Because I do think that was well received.
Okay.
Good. Are you in a hurry, Mark? I mean, like, we can either
It looks like
have
it.
a few minutes discussion on airport issues.
Are you skiing tomorrow, skiing
Probably.
tonight? What are you doing?
I'm staying over, no problem.
All
Not in a
right,
rush.
but I'm happy to do,
I'm not in a rush.
all right, good, we'll give you a little entertainment then. All right.
Are we being billed for your time?
You know, there's one in every group.
No. No, but here, have a cookie.
You answer the question first.
Oh, yeah, entertainment my last night. In any respect, let's move on to airport.
Wait, are you a seeker for town plan?
Oh, the big one, yeah.
But I'm
Haley, come on
deferring to
up.
Haley. Haley's gonna, she's gonna go through the pain of secret at some point.
Is she gonna read it? Or do we have to do it?
So that we're gonna review secret for the comprehensive.
Okay,
plan.
so we're reading through it.
It's like similar to what we did most recently for showgrounds,
Yeah.
for lawn building.
First, can you explain why we're going through it again?
No, we just have to.
It's a requirement. You have to do it.
It's already, because they do it twice. Good line. It's a requirement.
Yeah.
We did do it once. We didn't do it. We haven't done it for comp plan.
Not for conflict, as an agency.
And then there's your explanation. You just haven't done it yet.
I'm telling you, we did, because you did it.
No, I did it for lawn building.
building.
Who?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
the
it's
same
literally the
thing.
same thing,
It's the same.
but
All
just
right.
for comp
Just
plan.
have to just.
Well, the floor is yours.
Seeker and a treat. I'm very excited.
Yeah, does everyone get a cookie? Sit back.
Different movie, right?
And but quick question, everyone has reviewed the final comp plan that was set out?
Yeah.
That's us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys just have to determine, make a negative declaration, that you know, the these documents, and that you don't see any like adverse environmental impacts from adopting the comp plan.
You're not gonna ask every question?
I like her.
So,
It's funny, I literally, when I was a mile away, a supervisor from Northern Warren County, who's helping me this town board meeting, called me and said, do we have to go through the questions when we do the secret review? So the answer is, and I know a tiny bit about this subject.
He knows everything about this.
Oh, wait, lucky you.
There's no law, rule, or regulation that says that we have to go through and read out loud and answer every question. However, we always recommend it for only one reason, and the reason may not apply. It's up to you. We never tell you what to do with the recommendations. We always recommend it because the most common ground for challenging things like the comp plan thing is, oh, you didn't review potential environmental impacts carefully. And if you don't go through the, I'll phrase it this way, going through the questions as boring and as routine and as knee-jerk reactions and automatic as it is, if a judge is reviewing a record and you want to say, yes, we did go through this carefully, we did look at potential environmental impacts, then that record should include, see, Your Honor, we asked these 18 questions and we did carefully consider. That's the reason you do it. If you feel that's worth doing, do it. If not, don't. I'm not telling you what to do, but that's why our advice is to.
I can go through them and my other, and obviously you know much more than I do. But you know, I was also told by people who've done this before as well, that I can read the summary here that does just touch on some of the concerns that would come up. I don't know what you normally do for this.
I can read the 18 questions if you don't.
I could read the 18, but which 18 questions anyway?
From the very
beginning. I mean, it's up to the board.
But actually,
I've already started. Yeah, have another macaron, you'll be fine.
Then you can take a cookie and go home.
Oh, I get a cookie.
Well, depends how well.
Yeah, really.
and actually, we have a number of them in here where following through without a yes kind of negates.
No, there's still 18.
Oh, yeah, I just mean that the specifics of some of them weren't needed.
Right, remember, I think what Derek is saying is, if I'm understanding what he's saying, he's absolutely 100% correct, and it's actually very important. There are 18 threshold question, answerable yes or no. Unless the question is answered, there's also 18 times what, I don't know, probably, yeah, maybe even more. There's probably 150 sub-questions under the 18 questions, none of which need to be answered for any question in which the big threshold question answer is no. You'll find for somebody like the doctrinal comp plan, my guess, I'm not putting words in anybody's mouth, I'm not telling you how your answer should be, but my guess is that most or all of the 18 threshold questions, the answer is going to be no, in which case you don't even need to look at the sub-questions. I've sat through board meetings where boards and look at the threshold questions and then ask each and every sub-question. And that's going to take an hour plus, and it's totally waste of time.
Right.
It's more importantly, not required for any question that the answer is no.
Yeah, that's what I am, so.
If it gives the board any comfort, I went through the thing and swore I did it before because all of our answers were identical to the last.
Because they sound real familiar.
Do you want me to read the question?
Yes.
Okay. I talk really fast, so I apologize ahead of time.
We're used to that.
Sure. Proposed action may involve construction on or physical alteration of the land surface of the proposed site. No. The proposed action may result in the modification or destruction of or inhibit access to any unique or unusual landforms on the site, e.g. cliffs, dunes, minerals, fossils, or caves. No. The proposed action may affect one or more wetlands or the surface water bodies, e.g. streams, rivers, ponds, or lakes.
No.
The proposed action may result in new or additional use of groundwater or may have the potential to introduce contaminants to groundwater or an aquifer.
No.
The proposed action may result in development on land subject to flooding.
No.
The proposed action may include a state regulated air emission source. The proposed action may result in a loss of flora or fauna. The proposed action may impact agricultural resources. No. The land use of the proposed action are obviously different from or are in sharp contrast to current land use patterns between the proposed project and a scenic or aesthetic resource. No.
What page are we on?
6 out of 10.
Question 9, we're halfway. The proposed action may occur in or adjacent to a historic or archaeological resource. The proposed action may result in a loss of recreational opportunities or reduction of an open space resource as designated in any adopted municipal open space plan. No. The proposed action may be located within or adjacent to a critical environmental area. The proposed action may result in a change to existing transportation systems. The proposed action may cause an increase in the use of any form of energy. The The proposed action may result in an increase in noise, odor, or outdoor lighting. The proposed action may have an impact on human health from exposure to new or existing sources of contaminants. Proposed action is not consistent with adopted land use plans, no, and the proposed action is inconsistent with the existing community. Any concerns?
You get an A plus.
Yeah.
You're hired to read these now. Now on.
Oh, lovely.
That's nothing.
Really hard to talk slowly.
Thank you, Haley.
And then do you want to read the summary?
Yes. So the purpose of the comprehensive plan update is to create a unified community vision that can inform town and village planning decisions for the next 5 to 10 years. The plan draws upon existing planning efforts and documents, including the 2014 joint plan update and prior plans, and included a robust year-long public involvement process. The plan is intended to guide land use and development for a period of 10 years. For the purpose of seeker, the proposed action is the adoption of the 2025 comprehensive plan. Because all comprehensive plan updates are considered type 1 actions under seeker, which required a FEAF. All parts of the FEAF are prepared except for parts D and E of part 1, which are for site-specific projects and not applicable to comprehensive plans. The FEAF provides a thorough review of potential impacts from the adoption of the plan. Because the plan does not implement any specific physical changes, adoption of the plan will not directly result in impacts to natural resources, transportation systems, community character, historic or cultural resources, open space, infrastructure capacity, or environmental conditions. No significant adverse environmental impacts were identified during the FEAF process. In the future, changes to zoning and individual projects will require seeker. It is important to note that the comp plan update does not contain any specific updates to the land use code. Comprehensive plan is not a legally binding document, but it provides an important basis for local regulations, particularly local land use codes. The adoption of the comp plan update will not result in any approval of any public or private development activity as specific projects are proposed and reviewed by the town and village. Additional site-specific seeker review may be necessary. Seeker also may be required in the development, review, and adoption of new zoning districts, overlays, or other changes to the land use code. The adoption of the North Elba Lake Class of 2025 Joint Comprehensive Plan update. The proposed action would not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts. The plan's recommendations are intended to guide sustainable development, enhance community character, improve environmental and climate resilience, and support long-term environmental stewardship. Therefore, a negative declaration is issued.
She beats you.
Did I not talk slowly the time? I tried.
You should say that to him. Say her, just like, name on.
The next one she reads, because she's gonna beat you.
Should we race?
But after that, you're right.
She's pushing her kids to ride her bikes through snow, so she'll break the record. I don't even see it.
That's right.
Haley, now that seeker is done, what's the process?
I have to submit this to the state. I have to submit these documents to the DOS and then, or to the state thing and to the DOS, and then, you can adopt the plan.
Once the plan is accepted, how many years until we're mandated to do it again?
You're not mandated to do it at any point.
Oh, I believe we are.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a state mandate.
It's not legally required. It's highly recommended. It's not, there's not a requirement every number of years.
Okay,
It makes it more beneficial or advantageous to.
Absolutely.
okay,
Very much so.
good. Because it's been a
Strongly
while.
recommended, but it's not required.
It's like the number one question when is this grant request in line with the
Planning.
comprehensive plan?
Do you remember when we did it? 2011?
14.
14?
Were you not listening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all that effort.
And read it again. And remember, someone said,
The top.
Questioning.
You're still on board. I wasn't following, I was misplaced, so I need to start all over too.
So I'll make a motion of negative declaration for seeker.
Second by Rick. Further discussion. Being none, all in favor? Aye. No one's opposed, carried. Thank you again.
Yeah, you guys.
All right, now we'll move on to
Thanks for
airport.
Thank you, Haley.
As you know, every 5 years, we need to renew contracts for engineering services for our airport. A lot of it has to do because we take money from the FAA for major improvements. As you know, we have a long-standing history with CNS, but every 5 years when we go through this, we always have very competent companies step up to also give us pricing. As you probably know, I included the cover letters from both. Certainly I am biased because of the history that we've had. And any of you that have been involved with our recent airport issues and stuff, you know how important an engineer that goes above and beyond to help us, how we look on that service. So for me, staying with CNS is a no-brainer. It doesn't mean I didn't, read through, this, EDP Environmental Design Partnership. And they are national like everyone else, and have represent many great airports. Still, I'm not leaning away from CNS. I guess I look for a response from the rest of you.
I support you. I definitely, the job that Doug does through the years that I've been involved with him, I suggest we stay with CNS.
I'll defer to,
Yeah, history plays a huge part in this, and Doug certainly has the history.
Everyone on their staff goes above and beyond to answer questions. I wouldn't be able to do anything without them.
I can say, Adrian not only helps me out, but all the administrative aspect of dealing with an airport, it's tremendous. And I think Adrian has a relationship with at least 5 gals down there at CNS. I can tell you one little change that's happened. FAA used to include an airport's engineers in all correspondence. It just helped everything. For, I'm gonna say, the average town board that changes people every 2 to 4 years or whatever, to understand everything that goes on in an airport with mandated minimum standards, recognizing what you actually need and what you don't need when grants come around. It's a lot. The files that she keeps are, well, on the computer, they're not thick, but for me with paper, they're thick. So, respect, staying with CNS, I think is a very sound decision on our part. With that being said, I'll take a motion to accept CNS.
We'll make
Dick?
a motion that we stay with CNS for the contract.
Second? Jason, further discussion? All in favor? Aye, unanimous, carried. Thank you. Along with that, airport discussion, Rick, I think you've been involved with Shannon right from the get-go. If you might bring everybody up to par where we're at.
Names escaped me and I did not bring the information with me, but Shannon solicited, as you all know, we're getting rid of jet fuel and sticking with avgas. But the avgas tank is very old and in need of repair, and the cost to repair it far exceeds the cost to take the jet fuel tank, which is a newer tank, and convert it to avgas. So Shannon had 2 companies interested. One actually came through and came up, toured the facility. The other one sort of went dark on us. So it's going to be cleaning the tank out, disposing of the jet fuel that's there, new lines, putting in the point of sale POS system. And it's all to the tune of nearly $100,000. That's what it's going to cost. Prior to initiating, they need a contract, which I believe has been signed,
Yes.
and also a 50% payment, down payment towards the process. We cannot go forward with the airport without this. It's one of the selling points for a FBO. And it's just something we need to do, so.
and this is different than the POS.
It's included.
It's included.
Yeah.
POS is included in that price.
When we
Okay.
talked about just POS on the existing system,
Cause that was 40.
that was 40,
Right.
Okay.
yeah.
So the OS and the transition would be a cumulative of $100,000.
Yeah. Keep in mind, anybody that comes in as an FBO will rely solely on the revenues from fuel sales. It's the number one form of revenue.
And just not to be premature, but back to Doug Bauer. Shannon's been working with Doug and Doug has been researching and he feels very strongly that we could apply for and receive a FAA grant towards this.
Just keep racking up that FAA.
Longevity. Townhouses get further and further away.
As long as you're going, do you want to update on where we're at with talks on potential FBOs without names, of course?
Sure. We've met with two different individuals who are interested in the airport as far as FBOs go. Both are mechanics. Both are in the area, which is refreshing. So they know our airport, they know Saranac Lake Airport. It's an interesting because one is the student of the other as far as mechanic school goes. So we have jokingly, but 75% serious said, why don't you two get together? And, you know, power in numbers and strength in numbers as well. So anyhow, so we're waiting to hear back from both of those individuals, but it sounds very promising. Of course, with the Michelin project, we've sort of not been in a rush to get them, and they're not in a rush because of the winter weather and the plane traffic that goes to a crawl. Right.
So everything's looking positive.
But where is the 100,000 coming?
I was gonna ask them.
That we're past that now. We were on. Bring it up next time.
We'll give you one guess.
Yeah, right, exactly. Derek money.
Yeah,
Is that really where it's coming from?
yeah. I mean, it satisfies the mission statement and certainly any grant we get can replace it.
Okay.
Yep. That doesn't mean that there aren't what do you want to call things that are for sale? Surplus. We do have a couple surplus items that on sale.
Unimog.
Yeah, and the loader. Those are both items.
Doug's researching that a little bit more in depth.
The Unimog?
And the loader, yeah. The last was that if we sold it, we could keep $10,000. If we sell it for any more than $10,000.
We can only keep the profit margin.
That next time we get like the light project down at the airport, they will deduct their own loader from it. So if we sell it for $30,000, they'll keep 20.
Okay.
But Doug thinks he might have found some loopholes. Okay.
So with that, so let's say the 100,000, we budgeted 40.
Mhm.
We're gonna use that 40 and then another 10 from occupancy type for the 50% down. And then work on grants.
The 50 down will come from occupancy
Okay.
and then the 40.
Oh,
And
so
then,
really, the grants aren't really been necessary. Oh, that's
well,
why
there'll be reimbursement grants anyhow. So.
you think there would be any challenge? Not that we can forecast it, but any challenges of already paying all of that?
Right, that's the danger in
Okay.
those grants, but researching them,
Okay.
making sure.
We're in the corner, buddy. Yeah,
We're-
all right, Mark, we're finally at that point in the agenda, where we'd like to hear from you on APA map amendment and authorization to submit a request for that map amendment to the Adirondack Park Agency.
So any word that you heard about from anybody about me wanting to provide additional guidance on this was just a ruse to get me here. And the answer to the question is, no, it's not being built, it's on us. I wanted to be here for his last meeting. So I don't really have any additional guidance. I know that this has been in the works for some period of time, and I think that there are some common misconceptions about the process, including, oh, the AP will never, ever, ever change a land use classification designation. That's not true. Certainly they don't do it frequently. Certainly they don't do it lightly. But there are principles of land use that they judge by, and they're somewhat enumerated in the AP statute of regulations. And this seems like a good sell. You've had some informal discussions.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they're being so far fairly receptive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the interesting thing, I think that Rick and I took from it is the heavy lift is on them as the agency.
Correct.
And so we're like,
Correct.
why not?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
there's no doubt, right, there's certainly no downside.
yeah,
It's largely their work, it's largely our request, to get them to support it and to do it.
yeah.
But Emily's right, it's their task to change the land use classification. They won't do it lightly, they won't do it without appropriate justification, but from what I'm seeing, they could do it here there is reasonable justification.
And the worst they're gonna say is no, and we
Right.
have the map that we have now, and it's
Right.
low intensity.
Is there anything that the town can do to make the APA's life easier and?
I'm not like saying we're trying to make their life hard.
No, I'm just saying, you said a lot of the onus is on them, but is there any sort of logistic or legwork that we can do to?
No, it's like engineering
Oh,
Yeah,
and holding a public hearing.
It's what they do.
Yeah.
So,
I was just trying to.
right.
I think they.
Well, I'm
live
happy
for
to
it.
have you here for my
I think
last.
they
meeting.
live for it.
It's almost like their job.
All right, so another work in progress.
So we
No,
need a
no,
motion.
but we need to pass
We need
the,
to-
for our
we need a
first step, is we
motion.
need to pass the
Right.
resolution.
they won't process it without the request formalizing the resolution that you have.
Okay, and you've already helped us with that.
Correct.
Yeah,
Right.
okay, so I'm gonna make a little note.
No, we have the
No, we need
resolution.
it, we have the.
Right.
So you wanna see how fast Mark can read it? We've never had Mark read a resolution before. Do you have it?
I have
it.
there.
Don't press your luck with the no charge thing.
I was here just for fun.
Okay, you can have 2 cookies.
Do you wanna read it? Wayne?
I'm happy to if you want. It's up to you all.
Pass those cookies.
Party foul.
So you can go 33 RPM. You can go 33 and a third, I should say RPM. We can go 78 RPM.
Like the end of the Matchbox car
Yeah.
commercial.
Sky's the limit.
That's like a skill.
You're welcome.
Everybody's going, what's a 78?
Oh, I know. I used to teach at Skidmore
I had
College for 10 years.
Okay.
I'd use that line, they're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Any of them now, they don't.
Oh, yeah,
But even 20 years ago, it was a 78.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We'll take it slowly at the beginning. So this is a resolution authorizing submission of application to the Adirondack Park Agency for map amendment for tax map parcels 42.4-4-30 and 42.4-4.33. Whereas the town of North Elba currently owns and manages tax map parcels that I just said, located in a town which are currently designated as low intensity use on the Adirondack Park Agency Land Use Development Plan map. Whereas the town desires to amend the classification of these parcels to the hamlet classification pursuant to section 8052 and 8053C of the Adirondack Park Agency Act, which refers to designated areas within the Adirondack Park where higher density residential and commercial development is permitted to encourage organized growth and development while maintaining the natural and rural character of the surrounding areas. And whereas the town intends to pursue future planning efforts, including the master plan developed by the planning firm SE Group in 2024/2025, which envisions additional public buildings and enhanced public spaces and aligns with the soon-to-be adopted 2025 Joint Town and Village Comprehensive Plan to foster community infrastructure and services, and whereas a map amendment from low intensity to hamlet classification is necessary to support these future development and planning objectives. Now therefore be it resolved, the town of North Elba board hereby authorizes and directs the supervisor to submit an application to the Adirondack Park Agency requesting a map amendment to reclassify the tax map parcels previously identified from low intensity to hamlet classification, and be it further resolved that the supervisor is authorized to execute any documents necessary to effectuate this application and to undertake all actions consistent with this resolution.
Thank you.
That's good.
So moved.
It
Motion,
was pretty quick.
So you'll remind me tomorrow that it's on that.
I need a motion.
And like,
All right,
Take second.
nice like that.
and then a roll call.
Aye,
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
unanimous. Thank you.
Okay.
Under personnel, come on up and assume the seat.
What do you want?
Adrian's gonna give us some updates on a few things that you're doing policy wise.
Just confirming that I updated everything. Did everybody access the link? This is such a big document to print. I don't want to print it.
Well, just read it all, it's fine.
So I made the, I added the category of, full-time contracted employee to the manual. I incorporated the comp time policy that was passed into our manual. General election day off was converted to a floating holiday. Okay, is that up for discussion?
That's up for discussion.
Okay, so
I think we need to.
We're gonna discuss that. Well, I think we have some other things we wanted to talk about in executive session that are all part of this policy, so if we wanna discuss it in executive session, we have things to talk about, then we can come out of executive session and vote on it if we were gonna vote on it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So I'll put.
But if we have any questions for Adrian, we can ask them.
So, Amy and Amy's on, discussing some verbiage in the manual about the buyout eligibility. Of health insurance buyout at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It wasn't specified that spouses do not get the buyout.
Okay.
So I added a sentence that specifies that. Actually just copied it from the villages.
They do not get the buyout.
The spouses of employees do not get the buyout.
What have we done with the town? Is that, this aspect, have they received the buyout previously? Because even though.
No, there's a buyout for individual and a buyout for family, correct?
Yes.
It's different rates, so it's
Different
not,
rates.
yeah, they don't get the buyout, it's just if a spouse calls and says, do I get the buyout? Oh, we now have an answer.
So
They would, I'm not sure, but I think they did, didn't they? That's what.
it was questioned, so we were adding just a sentence saying that spouses do not qualify for that. I have drafted, it was just a suggestion of me personally to draft a social media policy to include in the manual. The question did come up a while ago, remember when it was talked about to share an event that wasn't on town property?
Okay.
Right,
So the subject came up, what to post and share on social media on the town's pages. We don't have a defined policy about that.
Okay.
And I think we should,
Party at Joe's doesn't.
right?
Got it.
But also like if you're sharing nonprofits, like social events, are you sharing all nonprofit
Right,
social events?
we can't
Yeah,
be going down that road because then, yeah. It's a never ending.
Then you become the PR person for all the different organizations.
Right. So I basically copied quite a bit of the county's social media policy and included it as a draft in our policy. So
So to be drafted to board members and put on the agenda for next month.
so I can move forward with that draft. And then this is talked about in the executive session, correct, Rick? Exempt personnel salary adjustment
Yes.
policy. So you guys will talk about that. In executive,
So just to be clear, why executive session, it's specific to certain employees.
Right.
People. Yeah. You'd rather not name in public.
and we're starting toboggan, posting jobs for toboggan.
You have a personnel list tonight? For approval?
just
Just do.
Should those four, is it four? Shouldn't it be on it?
I wonder if it just went like this.
No,
It's just two.
the four toboggan.
We just posted the positions. I have not gotten any applicants yet.
Don't we approve positions?
I mean, like bringing the 4 back on.
Right.
Oh, they're not back on yet, though.
No. Well, but they've been posted, so. The positions have been posted.
I don't think they get put back on until they're on payroll.
No. The postings for the positions.
The call
Not
for
the
toboggan.
individual. I see.
Probably,
But shouldn't we have approved the positions before they get posted?
Oh.
probably the question is, if they were new positions, I definitely say yes. If we're following what is regular year to year, I guess that would be the main question.
Yeah, because it's just season to season.
But if it's consistent season to season, then isn't it just, unless it's different, then we'd have a discussion and just assume that we're gonna do that, as opposed to adding new positions.
And was that our,
So I'm not sure,
See.
so I'm not clear.
but was that
Are they
part
new
of the budget
positions?
process?
They're new for the year, but
I think weren't there 4 last year?
We had 4 last year. But I would also argue that 4 wasn't enough to actually, to fill the needs.
So with our current staff stepping up and covering, then,
Still wouldn't be enough.
but I mean, 4 would be enough.
No, I'm saying, I don't know.
It's enough. What did you say?
5, 6, 7 staff.
Right, but they don't.
But dealing with customers, I had probably 50 calls today for snowmobiles.
Mhm.
I send people, oh, you gotta try dog sledding, oh, the toboggan chute, oh, the skeleton or bobsled. So I'm sending people all over Lake Placid in this general area. Toboggan chute is huge. I mean, humongously huge. If we can be open 3 times longer or 3 times more often than we are in years past, that's huge. This is a heads up from dealing with customers constantly for snow related activities.
so the question is, I mean, are we,
The question is,
no.
Rick's question is, do we
Yeah.
approve the positions before they get
yeah,
posted?
but some question to that is.
No, most of the questions, it's the first question.
Another question, okay? Is the fact of, we're saying we normally we advertise, we're just advertising for a position, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
And
we're advertising for one person. I'm just saying, you know what I
no,
mean?
it's in, the position doesn't say we're looking for 1.
I know, but we're
It's an open
advertising that
position.
position, see how many we get.
Correct.
Right.
So because last year. We only had 1 person from that position apply for the opening.
Right.
The other ones were people that had done it in previous years.
Oh, I see, okay, so.
So they don't have to reapply.
Well,
Year to year.
they do have
have
to fill out new HR paperwork
This is.
as a new person.
I got him, but that adds a little bit of.
But I think, but Rick, also the question that you asked though, even with our full-time staff, we only have 2 people that are physically able to do. Probably one of the key pieces of the toboggan chute, which is to actually launch the person at the top of the chute. So out of all of the staff that we have, we only have 2 that can do that, and that's not enough to be able to operate.
Well, Rick will be there.
Toboggan
too.
And then,
They're retiring, so.
I've already offered.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
then we call 911 and they come and get Rick.
So I guess the easy answer is, when Jeremy's thinking about hiring, cover it with the liaisons. That,
Yeah, I think.
But I would say that if it's anything out of the standard
Right.
of what's been done in previous seasons, then it should come to the board first.
Yeah. And my understanding too, just from a historical standpoint, again, this is only hearsay, I don't have any actual documentation to this though, was that we had also hired numerous high school students in addition to some of the other additional staff that are the repeat customers. So in this last year, we were only able to hire 1, which put more pressure on actually getting enough staff to operate it. So I mean, my hope is that I can get the returning staff that we had that executed well last year, but then also hire some additional high school students that can be the sled pullers more specifically from physical standpoint. So there's a physical requirement.
I think, but the bottom line question, the original one is, I don't think we need to do anything, just post it.
I don't know if that answers.
Do I need more
that.
people before I post a job? Or is that up to?
If it's a new job, absolutely.
Yeah. This is a repeating, repetitive seasonal position.
Was this, like during the budgeting session, was this what was the intent? Was to have this number of spots, and it's not new?
No,
I guess it's like the fact that I'm a little confused, because I'm just,
that's what my question was. Don't we all discuss all this in the budget process anyway?
We budget for positions.
Okay.
And that's part of why I would like to see it come forth prior to posting so that we can make sure that it's budgeted.
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Give you that. One.
So then in March-ish or February, March-ish, that Adrian and Jeremy should come back and say, we would like to start putting out advertisement for 10 lifeguards or whatever it is.
March or January.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like if this is what we're gonna be asking for.
Okay, is there a way that like after, like, so the request, I guess, is. You had that experience last year. I guess I'm not a liaison to the Parks Department where like the anticipation to have what you envision for. The toboggan, it seems like. Or maybe I'm the only one that's confused, I'm just.
Well, put it this way, he inherited
Sure.
and he's.
I just know that there was a weekend where like, I felt bad because I had two kids, I couldn't go help, but like you were volunteering.
I
you were
covered for
volunteering.
you.
I appreciate that.
So
It's like, I was like, hey, Ben, Rowan, 73, just hang out over here while.
And these are all refinements that we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah,
This in time.
Yeah,
so we're
We
posting then?
Posting.
Or have posted?
Well, post
Post.
is one. Yeah.
Post.
The generic
Four
was
spot.
that I'm taking applications.
Sort of like a lifeguard, you don't post 10 lifeguards.
No.
Yeah, okay, so
Right.
posting,
You post it
So you're-
for one employee.
we're hoping for both.
Hopefully you get one.
Okay.
well, thanks for that.
Adrian.
Got any other good ones?
Compares with these things that.
Holy
Do
moly.
you have more complicated math?
No, that's all I
Thank
think
God.
I had.
But all joking aside, you've jumped into this HR and I'll tell you, I'm impressed.
I'm learning.
You've covered a lot. We're filling a lot of gaps. I'm sure Rick's gotta agree.
Yes.
Between him being our head policy guy and you being able to enact it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chat GPT is my best friend.
It should be, exactly.
yeah. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, instead of a sort of like, oh, that's what we did, it seems to be a more formal process every iteration. So it's-
I'll have for January, well, I don't touch on January yet because,
Yeah, no, please.
I think we're good.
okay. I wanted to remind you also to, don't we have to set the organizational meeting at this meeting for the new year?
Yeah.
No,
It's the first.
It's the first.
So it's the
First.
January second.
No.
I think January
Don't use
second
it
is
first.
weekend.
January second is a Friday.
Oh, which is that my kids aren't back in school, that's why.
Yes.
I will not be.
I do have one item to bring up that it's contractual, but we've talked about it before. I don't see it as executive session. It is an agreement between us and the Saranac Lake Townhouse with relation to a rent agreement
Yep.
with Adirondack Foundation. As you know, for
Adirondack Health.
Adirondack Health, yeah. Well, they say Adirondack Medical Center, doing business as Adirondack Health. We let the foundation use the Saranac Lake Townhouse. It's vacant 99.9% of the time. It's been our pleasure for 4 years. However, as we look at our maintenance costs, our fuel costs, everything that happens over there, they've agreed. We've suggested a very modest monthly rent of $700. They're happy at that. We're happy at that. Gives us a little revenue to help offset the cost of that building. As you know, in the years when there was no rent, they recarpeted the whole place. They do a couple annual cleanings inside and out. All very appreciative. They're a great tenant. So with that, this is just an agreement that I want to sign to start a lease with them. at $700 a month.
One question. Did we have a lease, do we currently have a lease with them?
Yes,
Does it expire?
And my question is, and I'm just, this is kind of a point.
$1 a year.
No, but that, my point is. So we don't have the lease with the foundation. We have it with Adirondack Health,
Adirondack,
Which is-
yeah,
which is, and therefore it's, the foundation isn't separate per se.
I don't think it is a separate organization.
It is.
Oh,
That's my
Yeah.
question. That's
Adirondack Health is a not-for-profit. The Adirondack Foundation is, at least
they're both not for profit.
when I was there, it was under a different.
They definitely both have their own boards.
Right.
Wait, let's ask Jack. He's right here.
Right, and so
Expert.
I think they're just they're renting the space to give to the foundation.
Yeah, the hospital pays all the foundation's expenses.
Okay, that was my question. What should it be with the?
see, such a simple answer, and it didn't take us 15 minutes to get there. Long hill. I gotta remember that.
That's part of the fun. That's how board meetings.
Jack's my.
Oh, okay. Very good.
That's my understanding.
Okay.
Next thing I'd like to do is I'd like to bring everybody just a quick review and thanks to Amy.
I apologize for interrupting.
Yeah,
Do we need to act on this? We need a motion to, or are we just, to authorize you to sign it?
you can say you're in agreement if you want.
But there's still a process,
Yeah.
we should,
Yeah, right.
this isn't a Trump administration.
I'll take a motion.
So moved.
All right, seconded by Dick. Anything
Let
further?
me do this.
Yeah, we will.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye, good point, Jason. All right, it's carried.
Governmental politics now.
Strike it.
Right here, I'll start.
Next, I wanna give you a quick overview of where we're at with the Showgrounds project. If you could share that one with
Sure.
Jack. And you can let Mark take a look there.
So snow is just killing
Too much.
in a bad way. No, I want.
Just for everyone's update, you'll recall that the governor gave us $6 million for this project. We did our utmost best to create estimates, which resulted in the 6 million. And in order to pay for this, with the state grant from DASNY, we have to pay for everything and then get reimbursed. This document that Amy prepared shows the 3 reimbursement allocations that we've put in front of the state, along with what is still to be billed in the back.
And no reimbursements or no money has come back.
Amy's online and she can jump in whenever.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Amy.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
We had that first reimbursement will be here, they tell me December 15th.
Ooh, a date.
The
That's-
second one, I'm going back and forth with them on right now. And then that third one, I'm going to submit tomorrow.
Okay.
And I think that represents about 1.4, which means that there's still 600,000 that we're not even ready to send in yet.
Yes, so there's a good portion that will be paid when the checks from tonight get cut. And then it usually takes them a good couple weeks before we get some people who have deposited their money.
That's great.
It needs to go through the bank before I can ask for a reimbursement.
Right. Keep in mind that in order for us to pay off this 6 million, I didn't agree, or we didn't agree to bond $6 million. We bonded $3 million with the expectation that reimbursement would come back in a timely way so that we could recap and then reallocate. So far, things are working good. You should all be very proud of the crews that we have hired down there. You know what we have for a winter. We got a foot of snow on the ground.
It came hard.
Yeah, and we have way below 0 temps, and they're still working. What Steve Sama is doing with his crew, they're amazing. And believe me, I think there's only 6 of them that are under 50. So it's an amazing
That's why
senior
they're still
citizen
there.
group.
I don't, there's 650.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really generous.
Yeah, I'm trying to be generous. Yeah. You know, the other very important part, and I don't wanna paint a picture that means that 6 million is gonna take care of this whole thing. I anticipate some cost overruns. There are different aspects that you just can't outguess. However, our mechanical and electrical RFP should be returned Friday. Our plumbing mechanical is in place. There is another aspect of the building that I thought I would do in executive session, but I'm gonna change my mind mostly because our lawyer is here. Yeah.
I can step outside.
No, it's certainly easy to talk about in public, and it goes like this. One of the aspects that I know of this building program that will be in the 11th hour will be finishing the kitchen. And this kitchen is vital to attracting the business right away in this new building. I don't want to have to go through another whole year with our old building, which barely passes. You know what we all went through. That's what led to all this assessment of our buildings, hence the new project.
But do you mean year or just season?
Season.
Okay.
Yeah. In any course, what I'm getting at is that I'm gonna propose, and I'm gonna let y'all think about it. You can answer in January. But you know I wanna leave here spending every damn nickel we've got.
Yeah, we knew that. Yeah, keep going.
You didn't have to say that out loud.
This is my pride part of this project. Naturally, with the grant and cost overruns, my intention is that little to no money has to come from our tax base. I know a state grant is a state grant, but it doesn't come directly from our tax-paying citizens. Occupancy tax, we give out that money based on a mission statement. And it has to meet 2 criteria. It has to meet our community, and it has to meet our visitors, our tourism. And this kitchen represents the best of all worlds: an emergency shelter, events, community events, all around. So you can see where I'm going with this. For all of our allocated money from occupancy tax in 2025, we are sitting on about, let's say $300,000. We have allocated money already for the February LEAF grant system. So basically, I got $300,000, right? So
Ain't nothing anyone can do about it.
Yeah, give me something, please.
Look at your smile.
Rick is looking, can you
Rick's
just
like,
say
oh my
something?
God.
Don't worry, Rick, you have all the policies.
Yeah. So listen.
Speaking of which, yeah, really.
We have estimated the new kitchen equipment roughly around 150,000. I'd like to also be able to engage or find RFPs for certified kitchen installers to do the hood, to do the fans. And so if I order all the equipment, we can put it in the hangar. Even if it turns into 11th hour, I can have things ready to go. That relieves our 6 million by 300,000. So I think it's a move in the right direction. Because come Friday, that smile might be wiped off my face with mechanicals. We're basically estimating we're gonna need another 1.5 million. Okay, so we're at 4.7. Well, I'm at 5.7 with a spreadsheet working with Steve Sama. And that, we could be coming up 500,600,000 short. That's it. I'm guessing correctly. But all in all, this has been a very good effort. The people that helped me with this estimate, I think we did an excellent job. So there's my appeal to you. Think it over. I'll attend a January meeting as a interested
John Q. Public.
You got,
on cue.
you're gonna have to wait till the person's opportunity to speak.
I know early, but is that, we're gonna put you off.
Not bumping you to the
You
front.
may address the board, 3 to 5 minutes. or less.
You may want to give something to read. It's less than 5 minutes and read it quick.
I was surprised you didn't like put it on the agenda to buy this, so that you leave it to chance come January.
Oh, all right.
Emergency meeting in 2 weeks.
Amy, do you want to add anything further?
No, I'm good.
I know you've been gracious because I know soon we're gonna have to put that big sign on your door that says no.
Yes, we're already putting that up. We're getting that order.
Or lock the door.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Amy.
You are welcome.
All right, should we look at budget adjustments? I don't think I.
Hey, Amy.
Yeah, they were right on.
Oh.
Yep.
Don't see any.
Derek said, when I saw an email from Rose that said we don't have to sign, oh wait, I do see something we're supposed to sign. Are we only signing the cover sheets now?
Yes,
What?
you're just signing it once. It was essentially it was redundant. You were signing the same thing twice.
Well, or a seventh time?
Oh, we only got signed once?
Okay, so we're just signing saying that we've looked at all of the vouchers instead of signing every file folder of vouchers.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
because they're all listed out on the cover sheet. So on that sheet, you're essentially saying, yes, we looked at all of these.
Yeah, good. Is there anything in your memory of printing this that you think we should bring to public other than us reviewing them?
I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary in there at all.
All right, it's all bookkeeping. All right, so with
It's all
that
very
being-
basic. The only large payment has to do with that machinery for the airport, and that's going to be 100% reimbursed. So
Right, that was the 273,000.
yes,
Yep,
and everything else is pretty regular.
which was a loader. Okay, very good. Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
I think I'll join these together. I'll take a motion to accept audits and budget adjustments. Moved by Rick, seconded by Jason. Further comment? All in favor? Aye, no one's opposed, unanimous. Thank you. Okay, we're at. Let me see. Under executive session.
Last sector.
No, I think I better take another one out of executive session and talk about it.
Mark, we need you around.
This has to do with, for the last 2 years, we've worked with Dave Janito on cameras and security for all our venues. There is further work to finish. It has to do with working with the Village of Lake Placid, putting in some poles for us, taking some temporary cameras that he had reconditioned just to get us coverage this last summer, but changing those. Long story short, his estimate, and I think I forwarded it to all of you, and I do have copies of it here. In any respect, it boils down to $35,000. Naturally, when Dave came to see me, is it in the budget? No, it's not in the budget. However, once again, with occupancy tax, it meets all the criteria. So my logical answer to Dave was fill out a LEAF application. Which will not only,
Do you mean LEAF or CTE?
well, they're the same.
No, they're not.
They're different applications.
No, they're different.
Same, I'll agree, same money.
Yeah,
But different applications.
same well,
CTEF is the money we have.
right,
LEAF is the money we give to LEAF.
or, okay,
But I still
Yeah.
agree, same well,
same well,
but
It's saying
different
no,
applications.
But Well, this is something we're paying for regardless.
Yeah,
So we historically, in the last 2 years, four rounds, have not submitted leaf applications. Because we just take the money out of CTE.
oh, and I'm not suggesting we're gonna fill the application, Dave Janito is gonna.
No, but he's,
But that's
yes,
still.
but it's for, it's.
Well,
a-
we should just pay, we should just take the occupancy tax
yeah,
money and pay for
that's
it.
it. This is a
It's
town
the same
project.
thing
This
we're
is
doing at
his
York
project.
Right,
This is, so, yeah, we're not looking for leaf to approve it. We're just gonna say, take CTEF.
I'll follow whichever direction you guys
Yeah,
wanna
I think
go.
that's, we just, as we've done for other
Now you're
projects.
getting in his pocket and he's getting nervous.
Yeah,
Yeah, you sort of spun a little bit, Jake, I
Yeah.
can see it.
yeah,
Give me a cookie, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't leave cash around either, too.
No, I think, no, we just, he doesn't need to fill out the application.
so if
We
you
just
think
need to
about it, do
approve
you
it.
want that to be on agenda, so, for
Why?
January?
Because you wanted him to go to leave.
Well,
But why?
so that the leaf committee could review it, but it is a town project
Right,
and essentially. We would be approving because we approved the leaf
we're gonna,
We've al-
suggestions,
we've-
recommendations, we're gonna be approving ourselves.
Yeah, and we've-
Which is a conflict.
And we have generally said, we don't have to ask for our own money.
that's right, that's the point right there, you hit it.
I'm guilty of that myself.
No, well, no, that's, no, it's already, no, it's,
Ask if your own money.
there's the pool, there's the CTF dollars.
Okay,
Okay, and then we do with that what we want, and anything that's left over. We give to leaf.
so then I'm down to two
I'm
sixty-five.
gonna take the we out of that.
Yeah, yeah,
No, but so the bottom line, he doesn't need to fill out a leaf application.
okay,
We just need to say,
I mean.
we'll give him the money.
Unless this is some Derek's way of going to the different pool.
I think that's.
He wants to spend all.
Well, then-
But it's Dave.
He wants to stay if we know to. So let's just.
More profit.
Yeah, not a 501c3, so
Yeah.
we can't,
So
we
Dave-
can't, if it goes to leaf.
No, Dave is just writing the application on the behalf of the town. So we're literally asking him to write an application for us.
Yeah,
that-
but the point is, for the past 2 years, we've agreed, we agreed 2 years ago.
Tell me, you
Okay,
still
but that-
got,
we're
still
good,
got
we're
one
good.
sixty-nine.
Why would you
We
need
will
that
do it.
conversation when it's all right here on Zoom?
Okay. I got it, Janito Town. Good, I'm glad we got there, Long Hill.
We'll argue later, that's okay.
All right, I think we're finally at, is there any other committee reports? If not, I'm gonna offer this to our attendees tonight, person's opportunity to speak. Roger, it's great to have you here.
I just want to express gratitude for your leadership, Derek, and for the great partnership with the SOA. A lot of big things happened recently with the dam being done and with the septic regulations being tightened up and enforcement being tightened up. And Rick, I very much look forward to continuing our partnership moving forward. And please feel free to reach out to me at any time if I can be helpful.
Thank you.
And
Thank
that's
you,
all I'm
Roger.
here to say.
It's been our pleasure. Good. You kidding?
I'm just here for your last night, Derek.
No, I know.
Oh, You want some cookies?
Yeah,
I don't take it home.
Mark, I can say,
Tells you your favorite.
as you know, one of the first things I did was engage you guys, and it's been more than our pleasure. We've done things together and created relationships that I think will be built and adhered to for a long time. And you've represented us well, Mark.
Thanks so much. We were thrilled to jump in and we think it's been a great team.
Agreed.
We're very proud of the town of North Elmwood.
Right back at you. Yep. With that being said, we are in need of an executive session just for a couple items, personnel and contractual. I've taken half of them off.
That's not to be scolded.
So with that being said, I'll move to executive session However, I think because Jack is here, we should invite him.
Sure.
For anything we're talking about. Mark, you're welcome to stay as well.
Oh,
Yep.
that.
Motion, Emily and Dick. All in favor? Aye. Very good.
Closed your laugh, are you?
I'll get you the time.
Well, I can't close it yet. Yeah. Thank you all. Yeah.
And I'm taking one for the road.
Yeah.
You too walk home with Jason.
Well, these are your.
I need a lot more than a walk.
It's all downhill.
Here, so I'll come.
I'll roll.
Stairs there now.
All right, all right.
Who
I
made
know
the
what-
macarons?
Huh?
Who made the macarons? They were good.
I got those at Simply Gourmet. I can't.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you very much for your service.
Definitely, next month.
Good night. Good night.
I don't have the
Thanks,
patience
Lori.
to make cookies.
Good
Good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for your help.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yes, I got it written down,
Okay,
but let's do it live.
yeah,